Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Success Stories. Welcome to the Luke Mind Power podcast, and welcome to another opportunity for you to connect with one of our amazing signature program, Superpower Mastermind members, who has taken one of our clients who has taken so much action and helped herself, because a lot of people are like, oh, you changed my life. And it's like, hey, you did the work. So Christina Seggos, you've done so much work, but welcome to the Luke Mind Power podcast. It's a blessing to have you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's a blessing to be here.
Absolutely. I'm super excited because I can't wait for you to share some of your stories and some of your experiences in the program, but also your own personal story, your journey, and the things that you're doing right now moving forward as well, because you're the change that we need to see in the world. That's what I know. You've done so much freaking work, and I know that it hasn't been easy. I know that you've got a big story, and your story is what's going to change the world and what's going to change people's lives. But so let's start off with give us a little bit of just an insight in who you are and why it is that you actually reached out to us and wanted to do the Superpower Mastermind program.
Okay, well, yeah, I was born to a Greek immigrant who had a big drinking problem, very abusive. Everyone has that background. They have the abusive parent. We got beaten every day. We were literally beaten every day. Sexually abused my sisters. I suffered a lot. I mean, every dinner was a nightmare. Who's he going to pick on tonight? Who's he going to beat up tonight? So I kind of grew up just walking on eggshells, fearing all the time. But I did have some joy too. I had my dance, which kept me sane. The dancing was always my grounding thing that I had. I always had an escape. So luckily I had that. But the problem was then I started to develop eating disorders as I got into my teen years. And I think that was my coping skills. And I had eating disorders for like 30 years. What happened was I got out of the house. I became a professional ballet dancer, dropped out of school, ended up trying to get help, and I didn't. I ended up meeting the father of my children, got married, had some babies. Then he cheated on me. He had a girlfriend who had a baby, and I was so young. I was just a kid. So these are all these things that have happened to me. I was raped. I'm just telling you quickly everything so that the audience can understand what I went through to see the miracle of where I am. So beaten my whole life, married young, had children, raped, eating disorders, toxic relationship, narcissist relationships. Just, I'll get to the my children part. I went back to school when they were kids. I got my engineering degree. My ex had taken all my money. I went bankrupt. I literally lost everything I had. I was eating rice and beans. My dogs were eating better than I was. I hit rock bottom. I literally hit rock bottom, and I just kept trying to make it. But there was always just this pain in me. I never just, as much as people would say, oh, Christina, you're so happy. You're so cute. You're so loving. But I was like, yeah, I'm awesome. But inside there was this freaking pain I couldn't get to. I didn't know what it was. I healed myself from my eating disorders. I forgave my father for all the beatings. I thought I did everything I was supposed to do. I literally was I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do anymore. I literally am at my wit's end. I don't know if I'm ever going to heal. I really felt that. I really felt there's just something in me that just won't go away. And I thought this is going to be me for the rest of my life. I got in my last relationship. I'm like, oh, this is a great guy. He's awesome. He's saying all the right things. Oh my God, he's the best. And then it turned out to be horrific. And when that ended, he ended up, when it was over, he was with one of my friends. And when I found that out, that was when I fell to the ground. Luke, I wanted to die. I'm like, how much more can I freaking take? But I knew, I also, this is another thing too. I had so many near death experiences at one time when I was 17, and time slowed down, and I heard a voice, and some people say it was God, some people say it was my angels, some people say I don't know, it was a male voice, and I heard the male voice before, and time slowed down. He actually told me, hold on to the doorknob here, hold on this. relax, just calm. It was like literally the accident probably took like 30 seconds. And I was literally talking, I was listening to him for like 5 minutes. It was just, car was spinning. We hit a tree. I wasn't in my seatbelt. I broke my neck. But they told me I should be a quadriplegic. And that was a miracle. So all these miracles had happened. And I'm like, why did I have all these miracles happening? Why did God save me? I was almost on a plane. I almost got on a plane that crashed. I almost got, well, it actually didn't crash. The engines blew up while we were about to take off. But I heard the voice. And I heard the voice when I was driving home one day. It told me not to go in the house. And actually my house had been robbed. And so background story. I felt like I had a purpose all my life. I'm like, okay, I have a purpose. I was so connected and such an empath. And I just felt a little bit, why this is horrible. Like here I am again. I'm on the floor crying, wanting to die. And then I just got a call from a friend, and she said there was one thing to me. It was just about, I don't know, just like get up. Her son had just committed suicide. So I was like, who am I to complain to her? Because I just lost a boyfriend. Her son had just killed himself. And here she is comforting me. Like, who the F am I? So I just went online and I started trying to get help. And that's when I came across your video. And I saw you dancing with Danilo. And honestly, like, first of all, I'm like, who's that Danilo guy? Because I'm like, he's such a good dancer. And I'm like, oh, I didn't really know who you were. And I watched it over and over and over because it made me happy. Because dance always made me happy. I'm like, look at these guys are goofballs. They're like dancing in, by the pool. That was the one where like you're dancing by the pool. Mm-hmm. And I thought, I don't know, I started reading your words. I'm like, oh my God, he has a message. After 20 times, I didn't even realize you had a message. So like, that message is for me. It's like, your life is not over. It's okay. It's okay that you failed. It's okay. Like you had all these things that are like, it's okay. I gave the chills. Like you were speaking to me. Like, I was like, oh my God, like, it's okay that I've hit rock bottom. It's okay that I'm alone. It's okay that I hate myself. I hated myself. And so for why? I was so blessed for so many other reasons, but I just couldn't help that feeling. And I started watching more and more of your stuff. I listened to your podcasts. I'm like, this guy swears a lot. He's tough. He's going to help me. I literally knew that. There was nothing. I felt I had no hope that it was going to be like this for the rest of my life. And when I say be like this, still successful, still doing my job, getting by, surviving, not thriving, just surviving. I was a survivor, but surviving is not what I wanted to be. I didn't want to just survive. I wanted to love life. I wanted to know what that felt like. I never loved life before. I'd never lived in the moment. It was always that itch I couldn't scratch. So yeah, I got into your program. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm just curious because this is not the first time we've got a few people that I've been working with over the years that, you've got your success, like you've actually achieved stuff in terms of like your abundance, in terms of money, in terms of being financially free, or for example, but then internally, and it's almost like it's weird because some of us are the opposite. Some of us have been so hurt and broken and like really like brought down to this lower level where we can't attract abundance or we can't achieve that success because we're so low on confidence. So I'm curious, how have you used the pain or the circumstances that you went through? How were you able to still navigate yourself into some sort of success even though you felt hurt and empty?
Yeah, I felt like I just always had this fire within to be successful. And I never gave up. I'm super competitive. Like I've been just competitive with myself though. I'm not competitive with others. Unless I was in a relationship and I felt like every woman was a threat, because in my all past relationships until now, I'm not in a relationship yet, but I know that because now I love myself, I'll never allow that at all. I feel like good. But I was just very competitive, and I got my engineering degree. When my kids were babies, I was like, I'm not backing down. Whenever I had a goal, I met it. I was so goal oriented. Yes, I struggled, but I set goals for myself, and I'm like, nothing is going to stop me. I had this like fire within. Even though I had the fire within, I still like hated myself. So it was like really odd. But like then when I was an engineer, I kept going back and forth of not wanting to be an engineer because I love talking to people, and engineers just sit there and like, what's up? Like that was tough for me because I really just wanted to be talking. When the secretary they would leave,
do
I'd
you
go
think
and talk.
do you think your work and your success, like, because you're dedicated, you've got that fire, you're like, do you think that was a form of escapism, like
Yes.
escaping the truth? You're focusing on your work and your success so that you don't focus on your pain,
Yes. I said
or
once
like the fact that you hate yourself.
totally, totally, because it was another way for me to get away. Like I didn't know how to relax. I didn't know how to be with myself.
Mm,
If I kept busy, like, I was doing homework until 1 o'clock in the morning.
shit.
And with my job now, the engineering job I'm doing till 1 o'clock in the morning, is I'm procrastinating a lot and then having to stay up till 2 to get things done. I think it was, you're right. Like
Hmm.
once I got over my eating disorders, it was just another form of, I don't want to say self, what was the word I'm looking for? Like abuse, abusing,
Self-sabotage.
self-sabotage, abusing myself.
Mm.
Um,
So there's a lot of things that you've overcome recently, right? So tell us about the program and how the tools, the techniques, the strategies, the community, the coaching, everything in a nutshell. How has that helped you to transform your life, to love yourself, to change your life?
yeah. So, honestly, I was like, you're my last hope. And I went in like kind of like I remember talking to Caroline, your sister. I love her; she's so awesome. I remember talking to her saying, like, I just want a one-on-one, and she's like, "Oh, Christine, I think you'll like the group." I'm like, I don't want groups. Like, I don't want a bunch of women because like women,
Yep.
honestly, have been like really like horrible to me. Like, I just was thinking, I just want a one-on-one with Luke because I want him to swear at me and tell me what to do. But she convinced me to do the group, and I did. And I honestly, first of all, before I tell you like what happened, these women. First of all, your coaches, Mandy, Michelle, Robin, who am I forgetting? Caroline and
Christine.
Christine. Yeah. Oh my God. Love them. They changed my life. Their support, their love. That's what I didn't get. I didn't get that when I was younger. I mean, yeah, my mom, I thought she
Mm.
loved me because she was so proud of me being a ballerina, She's so proud of
Mm-hmm.
me about being the best dancer in
Mm,
Greenwich,
mm,
Connecticut,
mm.
So
Yep.
it was like, that was because she was an opera singer. So she was just that, she loved me for that. But the love I got was just amazing. I would cry about that. So I started the program and I was like committed. I'm like, I'm all in. I'm going to be all in. And I did the modules. Like there's modules. I don't want to give too much away because I want people to do this. Because if I can come out on the other side, anyone can.
For sure.
The one that got me first was when we, obviously the mirror, everyone says the mirror work. The first time I did the mirror work, when I was saying stuff to myself, it's not the mirror work, and everyone doesn't know this yet. It's not like going look at the mirror going, "You're beautiful, you're successful, you're the." It's like literally, you're being your parent, and you're like being
Yeah.
a loving, loving parent
Mm.
to your inner child. Luke,
Yeah.
I bawled, I cried. I want to cry right now thinking about it. I cried so hard every time I did the mirror work. I was bawling my eyes out. It was so hard for me to tell myself I was proud of me and to forgive me. There was things I thought I forgave myself for, which I definitely didn't until I did this mirror work every day.
Mm.
I do it every day. I'm going to do it every day for the rest of my life.
So, we're talking about self-hate a lot and how much you didn't or weren't happy with yourself. Can you seriously, genuinely say right now that actually how you feel about yourself right now, you actually love yourself?
Oh yeah. So that one and the vulnerability, I just have to say the vulnerability, you have to be honest. You have to be true to yourself. Because I was the victim, right? Poor me, poor me, poor me. This happened to me. Oh, I was raped. Oh, I was abused. Oh, like my husband cheated on me. Oh, my boyfriend
Yep.
was abused. So
Yep.
it was the vulnerability when I actually admitted that when I was younger, because I was so young, I was a horrible parent. I was going through so much hell in my own life. I didn't physically abuse my children. I was mean. I wasn't mean. I wasn't there. I was vacant.
Mm.
Like my kids needed me. And for a couple of years, I
Yep.
was just like a mess. And with my eating disorders, like just hating myself, they saw all that, right?
Mm.
So I can honestly say, after this program, and I say this every time, I pinch myself. I'm waiting for that pain to come back. It's gone. It's like literally gone. I love myself so much. I actually like spending time alone for the first time in my life. I enjoy my time. I was like, oh my God, I got to find another guy. I don't want another guy until he walks in my life and he's perfect. And I say
Mm-hmm.
perfect for me and
Mm.
not toxic. And who loves life also and who's healthy.
Well, you're not. The truth is, what I always say is, you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. And you're not going to attract a toxic person because you're not toxic,
right.
And so, like the level of self-worth you have, confidence you have, respect you have for yourself, that you're not going to tolerate that kind of shit. Even if someone toxic did come in, you'd fucking see it straight away and go, no, thank you. I have respect for myself. I don't allow or tolerate that kind of behavior or how you treat me or what you say, because you're going to know. So you got fucking standards, Christina. But anyway, guys, seriously, you're watching this and you're listening to someone fucking so powerful that's been through so much. I want you as well, Christina, give yourself a round of applause. Like, seriously, look at the work. Like, this is crazy, man. Like, you can say, oh my God, I can't overcome my challenges or whatever I've been through. And you listen to this and you go, man, it's possible, But you know what's exciting? The beautiful thing about the evolution of human consciousness and our healing and transformation and where we're at in life is that, we're all looking for our purpose. And sometimes your purpose, a lot of the times it's hidden in the work you're avoiding, but it's also hidden behind your pain and your trauma in the past that you haven't gone through and worked through yet. So I want to hear Christina right now. And so everybody can also hear, what are you doing now? And where are you going? Where do you see yourself in a couple of years' time? What projects are you working on?
So obviously I have my engineering sales job, which I'm still doing. And that has just, like, since the program, Luke, my opportunities are like flowing in, like I can't even keep up. But that's not my life goal. I'm working right now. I'm writing a book. It's a self-help book for women. And I started an Instagram account for that, like just try to get like some interest in that. The book is,
I followed you.
Oh yeah, no, thank you. And that's more, so women have had issues like, and it's not like I'm a guru or anything, and I'm not. It's that I've listened to women talk about, like past the years, talking about how much they hate being intimate with their husbands or the boyfriends. It's all, I'm trying to help women that are in relationships. I'm not talking about sex and being like, oh, go, be a hussy. Because my goal is not that. My goal is saying, respect yourself. Don't give yourself away. That's a lot of my meeting too. A lot of women give themselves away because that's what society wants us to do. It's developing confidence, intimacy, communication in your relationships. Because I've listened to other women over the years. This is not a problem I've had. This is a solution I have. And I started sharing it 10 years ago. And I've helped so many women. So I figure, why not just get the guts to do it now? It's so hard to talk about in public. But through your program, it's given me the guts to speak up. And I not only want to write the book, I want to get up on stage and I want to speak to young women, old women, all women. It'll help men too. Because I feel like that no one's talking about it in the way that I want to talk about it. And so that's my goal right now. I want to really, really help women, not only with the sexual issues, but anybody who has body dysmorphia, eating disorders, pain through rape, trauma. I'm not a doctor, but I know that you can get to the other side. And I saw a quote the other day, and I talked about it in one of my videos. I said it was about getting through the fire, because I went through fucking hell. Like, I literally wanted to give up. Like, I could not go through one more thing. Like, I probably could have, but I'm like, why? Like, I went through all this pain because I'm going to be powerful, helping people. There's nothing I haven't gone through that, I can't help women with. But the quote was about going through the fire and then going back in with water to help others. Like, that's what I see myself doing.
And what's your Instagram handle or your, where can people follow you?
Let me see what it is, because I changed.
Didn't you change it? I think, you did change it.
Well, I changed it because I didn't want people to get the wrong idea. It was like, I don't want people to get the wrong idea when I had the word sex in it. I took that out because it's not about, I don't want to attract the wrong, not that I don't care who follows and who learns, but I don't want anyone to get the wrong message out actually reading my content.
Yeah, that's all right.
It's add sparkle to intimacy and life.
Sparkle to intimacy and life. That's awesome.
Yeah. So add sparkle. Awesome. Yeah. So ADD sparkle to intimacy and life. Because I have ADHD and I love sparkly things. So I figure, what gets my attention? Sparkle. When you go by the ocean and it's sparkling and it just makes you happy. So I figure adding sparkle to your life. So adding sparkle to your relationships, adding sparkle to whatever you're doing. I feel like that's my mission. I want to help people get.
We need more sparkles in this world, and you're bringing it. So,
Yeah.
Christina, thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for sharing your story. Thanks for not giving up on yourself. Thanks for being so courageous. Thanks for your resilience. You know, I'm super blessed to be with you right now. I can't wait to meet you in person. I know that that's going to happen. It's going to be amazing. We'll see you on stage very soon. We're manifesting that. But most importantly, you know, I'm super excited as well for your future and what you're going to do with your own, you know, you say you're not a guru, but really you have been through something no one else has. And that's the beautiful part of our life experience. You're self-educated, you persevered, you never gave up, and now you're going to share your gift with the world because you own your story. You're not letting your story own you. So guys, please make sure you click the links below, follow Christina, because she's powerful and she's amazing. And Christina, thank you so much for spending some time with us and sharing your story.
No, thank you, Luke, and thank you for like healing my life. Honestly, it's a miracle. It's like literally a miracle.
Thank you for joining me on this journey of self-discovery and growth. If you're ready to grow and reach your full potential and find inner peace, send me a DM that says, I want inner peace, and I'll send you the next steps. You can accomplish anything you set your mind to. When you change your mind, you change your whole life. So don't hesitate and send that DM over to me. Myself and my team can't wait to meet you and witness your transformation in full glory. See you next week.